Ọba Tọ́pẹ́ iṣẹ́.
They drove in silence for a while. As they turned towards the main gate, another wave of fear arose in Faith. "You did not tell me your name," she said. The stranger laughed. "My name's Eve, 400 level law." "Eve? Are you the one they call Eve of the golden anklet?" "Guilty." "It's a lie. I mean, for real?" Eve laughed again. "I had a roommate we nicknamed Chronicles because of you. She always had a story about you and had every magazine featuring you. But no magazine ever confirmed you were here. And here you are. Unbelievable." Eve of the golden anklet. She was silent for a long while. Faith grew more comfortable in that time. By the rays of the street lamps falling on and off her face as she drove on, Eve had a captivating face. Her laughter sounded somehow like joyful music. "Is it true you are well over 40? Faith asked. "Forget all you ever heard about me if you want us to be friends." "Where are we heading, if I may ask?" "My borrowed home." Awash with lights, the house was majestic. It reminded Faith of the house in which she was raped at 12 while hawking oranges for her mother. Both houses were white and imposing. They had similar giant Greek columns in the facade. Like cathedrals, they loomed over other houses and had broad lawns and flower beds around them. Like the mansion where she was robbed of her innocence, Faith's paradise brought to her mind the palace where Nebuchadnezzar flourished, as described by the midget Sunday school teacher in our parents' church. Eve's home was separated from the surrounding darkness by brilliant lights mounted on the stainless steel fence. The gate was opened by an armed soldier. Eve drove through an array of lights towards a mansion that created a feeling in Faith that she was shrinking as she got nearer. "This lady is curvier, more beautiful, and far richer than the peddlers say," Faith said to herself. "Is this the lady some gossip say is a prostitute?" There were so many questions buzzing around in her brain, the most recurrent of which was, "Am I awake? Or have I gone mad with sorrow?" Faith knew from her psychiatric course that solitude and sorrow could create solace out of fantasy and lend reality to figments of the mind. She comforted herself that such a mental condition would not permit self-questioning. Eve drove right up the inclined floor to the massive white door. A pretty lady in immaculate white uniform and white boots opened the door into a world of opulence and splendor. Faith of the bitter nut, she froze in the doorway. The last time she walked into this kind of expansive home, she was raped by an old man. She wanted to move in. It was so beautiful and enthralling, but her feet felt planted like milestones. Eve pulled her into the living room. It was large enough to play lawn tennis in. Dazzling white, golden lights, mirrors, silver, stainless steel, ceramics, and artworks. She's my sister. Her name is Faith. Prepare a room for her and food for us. Bring out my best wine. Eve told the lady in white uniform. Ida was crested on her dress. "You're welcome, ma," Ida said with a ready-made smile. "Where's boyfriend?" Eve asked. Just then, a massive white dog came bounding down from the stairs. "I want to urinate," Faith heard herself saying. "It's urgent." "Oh, boyfriend, stay out of sight, okay?" Eve hugged and kissed the panting dog and it left. Faith's briefs were wet when she pulled them down for relief. She took her time in the spotless toilet to digest the rather sudden change in her timeline. Eve of the countless fabulous tales in the flesh. And that massive dog must be the one reported to have growled in her one common room. Everyone was said to have evaporated, even the steroid-prone lionhearts on campus flew through the windows. How many of those tales are true? Is Eve a prostitute? Is it remotely possible to derive this kind of luxury from sleeping around? The intercom in the toilet rang. Faith hesitated before lifting the handset. "Are you giving birth to a baby in there?" Eve asked. "I'm out in a minute." "What happened at the door? You looked like you saw a ghost in my home." "I was raped in a house that looked like this." "How old are you?" "I was 12. "Oh dear, I too was raped at age 9. So many unpunished rapists out there. Millions of silenced victims living in trauma. So sad. Justice for women will not come without a fight led by women. Our meeting out here is gaining traction." "What do you mean?" "We'll talk when you are through in there." The talk took a long time to come. Faith never saw the dog again that night, nor did she hear any growling or barking, but it loomed like a shadow over her anyway. She could not get the fangs and the chunky tongue out of her mind. How could a creature be so huge and scary, but dazzling white and cute at the same time? She could not relax in the house and could no longer hide the fact. Madam, Faith began. She was interrupted by Eve. Don't call me that. I'm sorry. Boyfriend is not going to charge down nor bother you again, okay? Glad to hear that. He's more of a gentleman than most men I know, though. Really? Just what kind of men have you been meeting?